We are live.
Okay.
Good. I don't know whether to say morning or afternoon because it's dead on 12. Good afternoon.
Afternoon. It's afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Lex. How are you?
Mm-hmm. I'm fine. I'm all clean and showered, and I've done all my parcels and stuff. Yeah.
I am colder than a cold thing in a cold place on a cold day.
Penguin.
I'm bloody freezing.
Penguins are cold, aren't they?
I think I brought some of the Grim home from the north with me.
It was quite cold.
Oh, it's chilly. Oh, especially on that hilltop.
Yeah. Very windy.
Shall we say some good mornings or
No.
good afternoons? Well, the thing is, they've all said good morning.
Well,
Now
then
I don't know what to say back.
they need to catch up now and say good afternoon instead.
I'll just say hello. Hello to Jason Entwistle, Dev Hughes, Anne Pennicott, Janet Plant, Joan Morris, Julie Woolley, Laura Eccleston, Siebel. Watch her. if she's got a spanner, she's dangerous. Vicious with a spanner, that woman. Rebecca Turner, Mandy Bloom, Lee, Tasty eBay, Jewelry Sells. Oh, God, it's gone off in my hand. Bear with. Where are we? Jewelry Sells. I've lost you, Jewel. Wave your hand around so I can see where I was. Lainey, I've said Lainey. We'll say Lainey again. Lainey more Lainey, all the Lainey. Mama Tins, Lisa Louise, Kath Palmer, Kelly's in. Hi Kelly, Kate Ross, Fandria. Josh says, what time do you call this? Sunday was yesterday. We did yesterday as well, mate. Catherine Wilson, Jackie Egerton, Laurel D, Linda UK 99. It's gone off my hand again. Crispy, June Dickey, Rachel B, Shirley Boland, Mandy Maxwell. Falling into Space, there's a name I haven't seen before. Womack, and Sarah Price, Maria Clark, Catherine Reseller Graham. I think I've got Andrea Turner. I think I've got Mike Dando, Tina Line. Hello, everybody.
Hi, yeah, Lainey just said, going to be so confused what day it is now. So it's Sunday and we're going to have a roast dinner. We are actually having chicken today, so it could be a bit Sunday-ish today.
I never know what day it is, so don't ask me. Claire James and Jennifer Holtz. Hi, everybody. Dawn Cherie Paul, Michaela Smith, Sail Away, Chris Hadley, Betsy. I think I've got you all, but you will keep coming in. You should, I don't know what you should do. You should come in space.
Take a number.
Take a number.
Yeah,
not like at the deli counter.
Yeah.
Shiv's there. Hi, Shiv. Kelly's changed Laura's name to Laura Ruthless Siebel. For anyone who doesn't know, during Kelly's live this morning, Laura just randomly banned Cheryl Pound Girl for no reason. She said she was watching and walking on her phone and just did a miss thumb and managed to ban Cheryl.
Yeah.
Oh, Claire says, could you give a shout out to my mum Sue? It's her 70th birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday for tomorrow, Claire's mum Sue.
Sue, part of the lovely day. Sue crew now. She's
another one for the Sue crew.
Mm-hmm.
Heather McGregor says, I finally made a live chat. Kirsten's in. Mandy says, have you recovered from your trip? Absolutely not.
No, definitely could go back to bed a little bit.
Dawn says, is it 12 there? It's just on 12 midday here, yeah. Claire Cairns is in. Hi, Claire. Sail Away for a Live Aid DVD, The Holy Grail. Oh.
Do you know, honestly, when I worked in Blockbuster, we had loads of them, right? Couldn't flog them for anything. People didn't want them.
Like, give you hope that one day the ashes will be worth something, isn't it?
Yeah, true. Yeah, one day.
Hi, Lisa Louise, listing all the jumpers and coats.
Nice.
Bloody frozen. Linda Sutton. Hi, Linda. I'm so cold. It's like 5 degrees or something.
Do you know, you look like, right? You are wearing like a bear costume, but you've taken off the bear head.
Okay, so this bit looks like the bare front part, yeah, like the dinner jacket.
Yeah, so you've just taken off like the giant head bit.
I need a bear head.
Yeah. You look like, like a football team mascot thing and stuff. One of them.
yeah, I could be the mascot.
Yes.
Okay. Auntie Sue's in. Hi, Auntie Sue. Claire says, did you have fun? Tell us everything. We got cold.
Yeah, it's not really much to tell, to be fair. We went to some car boot sales. We went, it's cold. Cost a bit expensive. But there's not much here. And then it was like, should we go have a nap? Yeah, let's have a nap. And then it was like, should we have some dinner? Yeah. and that was it. It was just nice to see people, and it was nice to go sourcing in a different area. There's, you know, they're going to get few and far between, like sourcing opportunities. So take them while sort of can.
Rebecca says, I'm going out in shorts as I'm wearing a huge boot for the broken foot. Could you not maybe try leggings and just cut off like one leg to enable, you know what I mean? I'm just thinking you're going to be fucking freezing in shorts, Bab. It's bloody cold. Maybe leggings, maybe an old pair of leggings and just chop off the boot area. I know what I mean.
Yes.
Hi, Lucy. But yeah, I just think in shorts, Rebecca, you will know that, yeah, you'll know about that. Even the thought of shorts has made me go into a little stiff, shaky thing. Oh, but we did do 2 car boot sales and we did get piles of stuff, or at least I did.
I didn't. I've already sorted mine, obviously.
So you're not showing and telling?
Oh no, I can. It's just it's just like, here's some jewelry, here's a something else, and a something else, and that's it.
What about you on Saturday morning? Tell them what happened on early Saturday morning when I was still in almost sleepland.
I don't know. What? Oh, when I woke you up, sort of.
So I woke Lex up accidentally at 6 because my knee seized up and I sort of screaming slightly, trying not to scream but failing, and so she was awake then, and obviously then I managed to get dozing back off, but because I'd woken Lex up, she was obviously lying there just getting the itch a bit, getting the urge, and I realised that some dirty people in the chat are going, oh my god, what did Lex do that Carla heard her doing? Not that.
It's far more exciting than that.
I'm lying there and I can hear like
ching 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 ching.
Yeah, sort of that sort of noise, and trying to get it near the bit of that noise. What is this I can hear? Apparently Lex can't start the day without sorting through a little bit of jewellery in the dark in her bed.
It was there. It was just next to my bed, and I was like, "Oh, I'll just have a little look." You know.
I was like, "Are you sorting jewellery over there in the dark?" She's like, "Maybe a little bit."
Maybe, yeah. Maybe I did do it just a little bit, but you know, I can't help it. I get excited. I like what I do. You know.
Sue says, "Have I missed the haul?" Sue, you were there when I bought it, love.
Yeah, exactly. What are you on about, Sue?
What did I get? Let me show you first. This Deb Hughes is in, isn't she? I've seen Deb Hughes.
Mm-hmm. And Mama Tins is in.
Mama Tins is in, and I've seen Deb Hughes. So Deb Hughes is delighted with this. I actually did message Deb and Mama. Well, I messaged Deb and she was with Mama because I knew how much Deb would love this. And you can blame Kelly for this one because she's the one who found it. Deb loves the musical ones. So actually, Mama Tins loves the musical ones. Apparently, Mama Tins was dancing around in joy when Deb showed her the little video of it that I sent her.
Yeah, and then Deb messaged me going, "You didn't warn me that Cara had bought musical tins." And I was like, "I wasn't there at the time."
Kelly found that one. That was Kelly's fault.
Yeah, I walked past it going like, "Oh no, like is Carla going to see them? Do I?" And then I saw Kelly, and Kelly was like, "Oh, I'll tell Carla about this." So blame Kelly. Kelly.
So yeah, we got that one from Mama Tins and a few more, which we've already shown. I've already shown her and sorted that out. So, but that was the epic one. The others are just kind of, just this is a nice tin. But that was the look how much Deb's going to love this tin. Oh dear. So yeah, that was a good find. Kelly found that one. Oh, he's off again. I think he's done. Crispy says that tin is a tad annoying. I'll get you one, Chris.
A little bit. Yeah, you know what you're getting for Christmas.
So that was actually the second car, but there's not going to be any cohesion to the way I show my haul because it's all mixed up in bags together, to be honest. I got a BT quad phone at the first car boot sale, so that's one of it, and then there are three additional handsets, blah blah blah. I paid £3 for that. I said, how much is your phones? And he said 5, and I said, we take 3, expecting him to go 4, and he went, yeah. I was, oh fucking hell, I started on 2 phone now. I should be able to get 35 to 40.
Wow.
Hopefully. So yeah, that was a nice one. That was because that first car boot was a little bit thin on the ground for reselling purchases. It felt, although it was a massive car boot, it felt as though it had been really picked over by resellers all summer.
Yeah, even like the like I could see there was lots of stuff, but it was just like, and that some of it was okay, but no, it was that area where it's like it's not cheap enough and it's not nice enough. Like it's got to be.
From a reseller's point of view, the best stall holders for us are the occasional guys, the guys who go, right, we've had a clear out, let's go and do a car boot. Those family people or whatever, that, you know, because they don't want high prices, they want their shit gone, they want to go home with the money in their pocket, they're not coming back next week, so they don't want to bring it again. Whereas the regular sellers, the ones who go, right, I do a car boot every Saturday in the summer, they don't care about lowering their prices because they'll just bring it back next week. And you can see that it's been brought back week after week after week. You know, when you've got banana boxes full of stuff that's all just sort of junked up where it's been in their garage and they keep trekking it out week after week. And there seemed a lot of that at that first car boot. There didn't seem to be very many one-off sellers.
Yeah.
So it looked like it had been fairly picked over all over the summer, basically. And yeah, Kelly's saying 95 were regular booters at that Saturday boot. Yeah. So it was good if you wanted tools.
There was one like awesome jewelry seller there, and I was like, oh, I like that. Like, how much is that? And he's like, you would point out the most expensive thing that I've got, a bracelet for £120. I'm like, that's slightly out of my budget for today. Sorry. It was very pretty. It was coral and onyx, and it was very nice. I'm like, yeah. £120 for something in a field. Like, I'm all right.
I don't know who goes to a car boot sale with 120 quid in their pocket to spend on one item, really. You know what I mean? Most people don't. I feel like maybe he's a guy who's got an antique shop during the week or something, and on a car boot he goes, right, well, let's have a crack at it. But
an odd item to take. You know, who is going to go to a field and go, fancy buying a coral and onyx bracelet to me? I mean, I would.
20 quid. Yeah.
20 quid. Yeah. And then that guy, you know, he had just like a bangle on the table. It's not like he had loads of, like literally a bangle, and it was all right. It had like the head of a panther or something on it, modern. And I was like, oh, how much is that? And he goes, 6 quid. And I genuinely was just like, oh, he meant to say 50 pence then, didn't he? He's joking. I was like, sorry, how much? He's like, yeah, 6 quid. Go on, find another one like it. And I'm like, all right, but you're gonna keep it for 6 quid, mate.
You'll keep that, love, yeah.
Put that back there in your lovely display.
So I left it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Fiona says your hair looks great. Hi, Nadine.
Oh, this is. I got in the shower, I brushed it, and then I left it. Look. So thank you.
Lovely.
It's just I've just come out of a salon.
You look very L'Oreal. This was second car boot. So again, like I said, there really is going to be a lot of bouncing about between which car boot I got it from, because I've sort of reorganized it into bags and now it's all mixed up. So I got there's another little bit that came in with this pricing. So I paid £4 for these 3 items and one more tiny item that's disappeared in the bag, it's a Cath Kidston kids bag, a Cath Kidston handbag mirror thing, and this corset, which I really like. I'm going to have to find a way to get it cleaned because the inside is, some of it is like, you know, dirt from being
Try it on.
Absolutely fucking not. But it's a lovely thing. So it's a steel bone corset with PVC bone casing on the outside. It's
that would be absolutely brilliant for like a Harlequin cosplay.
Yeah.
thing.
So it's hearts, diamonds, spades, and pack of cards kind of motifs. It's a really nice thing, but I'm going to have to find a way to clean up. Now it says it's a size 20, but even at its, that's the front. Even at its most extended, I was going to say it's going to be very, very restrictive, which sounds ridiculous because it's a fucking cord in there, meant to be. But I think it's possibly what a Chinese person imagines a size 20 looks like.
So more like a 16.
Yeah. It's Chinese sizing always comes up tiny. It's not very large.
Yeah.
But it was nice for £1,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Dawn says your peptides are working, Lex.
I need to buy some more because I've run out of peptides.
Ka-ching.
Ka-ching. It's not always a sale. That was Carla's phrase over the week. It's not always
the payment for a sale from earlier. I got a lot of ribbon over the weekend because my phone ka-chings a lot. However, when I got my new phone, I lost my eBay notification sound. I couldn't get my ka-ching to come back, and the only way I managed to do it was to download the actual sound and set it for all eBay notifications, which means I get a ka-ching for messages, I get a ka-ching for return requests, I get a ka-ching for messages from eBay telling me that they think they can help me with my marketing, I get a ka-ching for when something does sell, I get a ka-ching for offers, I get a ka-ching for offers being declined. Everything that eBay ever notifies you of now ka-chings, which means, as you can imagine, over the weekend, I sounded like a super seller. But it wasn't actually as good as it sounded. And my God, would they let it lie? They wouldn't let it lie.
They wouldn't let it lie.
Let it lie. What have I missed? Somebody says, I wish. Oh, Sailor Ways had said, how did you meet with these ridiculous regulations? We were 6. The only time at which we were 7 was when we tried to go to lunch with Tom, who we'd bumped into at the car boot sale, and then we had to go and sit in 2 separate places because there were too many of us. We weren't allowed to be together, which is, it is what it is. So yeah. There's Kelly going, oh my God, Carla's effing phone constantly ka-ching. Yes, but it's not always a sale. So yeah, of course it was £1. Just need to find a way to clean the inside. And then those 2, and then other things. So he had £4 for all of that little bundle, but I haven't found the last tiny purse yet. I got a Charles Rennie Macintosh mug. This was 50p. It was on the table. It said everything's 50p. I picked it up. I looked at it. I thought that's the Lady in the Rose Charles Rennie Macintosh design. And he said to me, do you like that designer? And I said, Charles Rennie Macintosh, yeah, I like his stuff. And he said, oh, I've got a load more here somewhere. So I waited, and he did that thing where he starts hefting crates out the van and hefting other crates back into the van, and he calls his daughter and she starts moving stuff, and the wait goes on, and I'm waiting patiently. And you've reached a point where I'd rather not bother waiting, to be honest. I was happy with just the mug, but they're going to all this bother, so I'll wait and I'll wait and I'll wait, and hopefully it'll be good stuff. And when he comes back, finally, after putting all this effort in, he said, here you go. And it's 2 packets of sodding drawer liners, which is no way I would have bought normally. And I felt obliged to buy them because he'd gone to all the flipping effort of finding them. So I've got 2 packets of Charles Rennie Macintosh scented drawer liners for £1 a box. What can you do?
Who uses, hands up in the chat, who uses a drawer liner? And even more, who uses a scented drawer liner?
Yeah, exactly. It's not really, drawer liners not quite the thing they used to be, are they?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think that was it ever a thing.
Oh, Granny Kate uses them. Do you like Charles Rennie Macintosh, Granny Kate?
Yeah, because they're yours now.
Acting on a potential customer.
You will like them.
Jo says she lost her ka-ching, but YouTube helped her get it back. Even no matter how many YouTube things I looked for, I couldn't get it back from my particular new phone. So, yeah.
I notifications annoy me. I turn off all notifications for things I don't like. Which means I missed a call from eBay this morning. I don't know what it was about, but there we are.
They're chucking you off, I heard.
Oh, bugger. Well, they could just email me about it.
Yeah, this is true.
I did report a buyer this morning, so I wonder if it's because of that. I don't know.
I got an Emily Button ragdoll, and blowed if I can remember how much I paid for her.
50p.
She will have been 50p or £1. Will not have paid more than £1. I just wouldn't. She will she'll have been 50p or a pound. She had a hole in her nose, but I've sewn her up. So yeah, but I won't have paid more than £1 for her. Josh says my phone is always on silent. That's because nobody rings you, mate, and you find it depressing. So when it's on silent, you can tell yourself that's why. Oh, Josh says he thinks they're calling regarding managed payments.
Ah, right, okay. The feedback. Fair enough. Well, they can ring me back then if they like.
Nadine wants the gossip. What did the buyer do that you reported her for?
It's basically they're trying to get a free return.
Bastards.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Like I shared with the ladies the other day someone's reason for a return, and if it was for any other reason, I would probably have been a bit like narked. But it's possibly my favorite ever return reason, and I actually I sympathise with the buyer for this one. She bought a figurine of a cat, and the reason for return is that figure of the cat doesn't get on with her other cat figures, so she's sending it back. And I was like, right, that's psychotic.
Someone as loopy as you.
But I get it. I understand, so I'm fine with it.
More than one.
Yeah, I totally get it. So it's like, yeah, I'm cool with that. That's perfectly
But
fine.
you can pay your own postage, lady.
Oh yeah. The cat doesn't travel for free, but I get it. I get it. At least she didn't lie about it and go, oh, the cat doesn't, fit. But yeah.
And the other item for that little bundle is teeny tiny catechism purse. Teeny, I mean, it is teeny tiny. Let me give you something for size comparison. There's my phone. For people who haven't got any money, it's for me, in other words. Christine Eigen said, just back from the hospital. I do have a heart. They found it in cardiology. Excellent. Well done. Not a spinning brick.
That's what
There was
Carla's
one
got.
lady at the second car boot doing clothing all for £1. And as you know, I do not need clothing stock, but I'm not good at not looking. So I got a Joe Brown's dress. This is the bubble wrap, by the way. If you're wondering what's hanging down, the bubble wrap is I had to put a new roll on, and it's a big roll. So Joe Brown's dress for £1 and a Harry Potter cropped hoodie top.
Can't see it because of the hood.
Okay. Quite nice. It's got copper. What do they call that when it's kind of like a decal? Is it?
I don't know, like a transfer decal. I don't know.
Yeah. So that's quite nice. And then an Alice Templey Somerset top for £1.
Do you see what Catherine Graham just said? So the more
I do look like I'm wearing a bear costume. I do. Now you've seen it, you can't unsee it. Chris Hadley says I need to see that cat that doesn't get on with other cats. Thank you, David Paris.
I'll show it when it comes back. It's a perfectly fine cat, but I do kind of understand that maybe it looks a bit too bitchy, or I don't know, but yeah.
I do well if you should be listing Auntie Sue. Go and list. You know the penalties. You've been warned. I got a Sahara dress. That was £2.
Oh, I quite like that. That's a little bit. That could do for a Jack and Sally costume, like Nightmare Before Christmas, because it's like patchworky almost.
I think it's linen mix. It feels linen blendy. I don't know where the label is. It's 100% cotton. What do I know? I know bugger all me. Dave says, why is there 150 watching? Who are these people? How very rude.
Well,
lots of people are bored on a Monday lunchtime.
Rebecca, that has to be the weirdest sentence I've heard, at least this morning.
Yeah.
That's okay. I hope you don't post them.
I bought these at car boot number 1, and this was at one of the points in the proceedings where you think, oh my God, am I going to buy anything today, you know? And in fairness, I should have been more careful. These are some of the Just the Right shoe collection. Oh, Christ, and that was now broken. So, you know, these tiny ornamental shoes that people collect and put in cabinets.
Do they?
They do sell. They sell in bundles better than singles, although there's the occasional one that goes for like hundreds, you know. However, I bought 6 for £2.50 because I picked up a couple and went, yes, those are they. And having got them home, some of them aren't they, some of them are fakes, you know, copies or whatever. So I've got 3 genuine and 3 not. So not worth £2.50, but ho hum. I mean, even if I sell the 3 that are as a bundle for a tenner, I'll get my money back in a bit spare.
It does sometimes make you question people. However, I mean, like, I've got a collection of small animals, and what have I got this weekend? Some small animals.
Not only have you got a collection of small animals, but if the people watch the waffle that comes out tomorrow, they will see you playing with your small animals.
It was me and Nick playing with them, not just me.
I think it's mostly you in the video.
Yeah, but Nick was there. I've got a tiny bunny army. Don't they look like quite evil when they're all like facing the same direction?
They do look a bit like they might take over the world, yeah.
They are going to. I don't know what they are, where they're from. My mum says it was probably like cake decorating things.
Yeah.
Yes, I was guessing that they would be live hamsters. I should imagine that you're probably not selling many dead hamsters through the post. I should hope. Yes. No posting of hamsters. Certainly not. Glue ribbon to the top of the fake shoes and sell them as Christmas tree decorations. See that, Tasty? Up there for thinking. Innit?
People are making excuses for being here now. You don't need an excuse for being here. You can just come and watch.
It's Sunday. This is what we do.
It's not Sunday. Also, car boot number 1, there was a box of 4 things for it was 20 pence a box. So I got you those cat flipping notelets.
It's got all pictures of kittens on. Oh.
And I got myself a pair of eyelashes. They were new. They were brand new in the box. They weren't somebody else's used eyelashes. And I got a tiny cross-stitch kit, which is also a cat, funnily enough. And I got some studio pottery, Josh, only it isn't really. It's handmade in Cyprus. It's broken and been glued back together.
Oh, dear. Why'd you get that?
Because I was trying to hand him £1. And he was going, I haven't got, for like, it was 20p an item. He was, I haven't got any change. I'll find something else. So I got this delightful thing.
I don't want it.
Yeah. Delightful thing to make up my £1.
What did you get for free from that guy? Because I got a badly painted cat.
I'm trying to. I think there was one comforter, this mug, and something else. I had 3 things in my hand. And I'm blowed if I can remember what the 3rd thing was.
He was nice. I thought he was quite cute as well.
I don't think I looked at him properly.
I would have, you know. And then he gave me stuff for free, and I'm like, you're my kind of guy.
I honestly don't know what. I definitely have 3 things in my hand. Maybe the 3rd thing will come back and trigger a memory in a minute. But yeah, so I was holding a mug, which is a Heath McCabe mug, and 2 other things. Oh, a comforter. I said that. And one other thing.
A mug, a comforter, a Jamie Oliver flavor shaker.
Didn't get a Jamie Oliver flavor shaker this weekend. Did not get one.
No, because the price have skyrocketed on them since you've been the #1 Southwest distributor of Jamie Oliver flavor makers.
Josh says if it wasn't broken, it'd go for a tenner. Claire says that's one of those paint yourself cats. Somebody else said that, didn't they? Yeah.
Well, I said that. I was like, it looks like it's been done in a studio. Some kid has gone, and then that's been their little souvenir. But I still quite like. I like the shape of it. I don't like how they've done it, but I like the shape. And it was free, you know.
£2 for a Babyliss gas hair tongs. I've just sold one of those for £23, although the one I saw for 23 was brand new. That one's not brand new, but even so. 10p! You know when there's a lady shouting, everything's 10p now, everything's 10p!
And then you go, how much is this? And then it goes on 50p. What?
Parcel, talk nicely to the people.
Okay, I will show you a thing that I've got. This was 50p. Right, you know what's going to be inside, don't you? But it doesn't make a noise or anything, but it is still quite evil. The evil clown. And there's one listed on eBay that's in better condition to this. It might have a squeaker, I don't know. But they've listed it for £45. But it's suitably evil. There's a clown for every occasion. And they're all murderers. Aren't they? Yes. So got that. It's disgusting, isn't it? Is Trentham Artware, Denmead or Kernwick? Jeez, Stephen, how do you do this? Seriously, I think you make this stuff up, or you're very clever and have been doing this for a very long time. Thank you very much. I shall Shift Command 3. There we go. Thank you. That was me screenshotting that. I've also got another scary thing. This was in a job lot of jewelry, and that is from Trick or Treat, and that should go for like a few quid just on its own. So that's quite a random little thing, but here we are. But yes, these are going to go on for Halloween as like scary, you know, Halloween type props, because you know, why not? I have got another small cat as well. He was 50p, and I just liked him because of his eyebrows and moustache. He is also in the vlog in Carla's Waffle. He is the evil high lord of the bunny army. So there. Yes. Are you okay there, Carla? Okay, just checking.
Just getting Natalie's parcel.
What she ordered now?
Shoes.
Of course, because she really needs that. Yeah. Carla's parcel is the panda head to complete her outfit.
Yes, there was a lady shouting everything 10p, everything 10p. So I thought, well, I'll go and have a look. See what she's chucking away for 10p.
Oh, they're good, aren't they?
Yeah, Echo shoes. Echo shoes for 10p.
That's good.
Echo shoes for 10p.
That's like basically free, because you would find 10p on the floor.
Yeah.
Well, you would find a gold earring on the floor and give it to me.
Yeah, I find gold on the floor. Kelly finds £10 notes on the floor, you know. So that was 10p, and then also from the 10p lady. And I'm falling off an owl print scarf.
An owl print scarf.
Owls. Doing quite well with scarves at the moment. I think people are buying them for face coverings because they don't want to wear face coverings. So.
And scarf rings are, I wouldn't say they've been selling like hotcakes, but they've been selling a slightly warmer scarf rings than they were. As in, I've sold a couple rather than none.
Yeah. Oh, that was in the 20p. You know, when I said I had 4 things and I ended up buying the so that was they're just bike lights. They're not. They were only £2.99 new. They're from Aldi. But Natalie's got a bike. Anthony's got a bike. 20p bike lights.
You are right, Claire. Both tired.
2 pairs of bang on the door curtains. Bang on the door groovy chick curtains.
Now, why is it that they're coming back? Why is it that they're coming back in? Is it has someone died? Is that it?
It was 90s, and I think one of the celebrities bought out a range of clothing or something like that. I seem to remember seeing it.
Right.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, £2.50 a pair for those. They should hopefully go for at least 20 quid a pair, maybe more.
Nice.
Yeah, Tacey's saying they're back in. Yeah. Nadine found 20 quid on the way to Tesco's last week.
Lovely.
I got a pair of LK Bennett shoes.
The 10
They've
pounds.
obviously been in the LK Bennett sale at some point because they've got
They-
that lovely red felt tip line through them. I've never attempted to remove that.
I wouldn't bother.
No, but they were £1. £1
Wow.
for LK Bennett shoes. I know that Caroline usually expects to pull 40 to 50 quid for a pair of LKBs, so
LKB.
heels are in
That was
heels are in cracking condition. They're really nice. So yeah, quid for them.
LKB.
You know when you go, how much are your shoes? And she goes, £1. And I'm like, yes.
I have both of those.
I'll have each shoe. I found the other thing the man gave me free. So from the free man, I got a comforter, which is in the bag, and this audiobook and this mug. This is a compelling story based on Louisa May Alcott's Little Women.
No, it's not.
How do you know? Have you ever read Little Women?
It's not compelling. I don't read books. I just buy them as decor.
They do make lovely decor. Unfortunately, it might not compel me too much because I think there's a fucking disc missing. Good job it was free.
No!
No, it isn't missing. It isn't missing. It was hiding underneath the burble. I found it. Yay.
It's a very tall geisha. Very tall, with a bit of lipstick on, which will come off. It's fine. Obviously, a kid has tried to paint her face. Resin. Someone's got one listed for £35. She was about £1 or 50p. I can't remember. There we go. It's tall geisha, tall, very thin.
She looks like she's been on a rack. She looks very stretched on a rack.
Yeah.
She looks like Mike TV.
Oh, yeah, when he comes out.
Yeah.
And, although in the book, they never escaped. So in the film, I was a little bit disappointed to see, in the modern film, 'cause in the book, they're just no, that's it, they're done. Isn't it? As far as I remember.
In the book, they dejuiced Violet Beauregard. She was still purple when she went out through the gates. Now, they did go home.
Did they?
They do go home at the end of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. They go home. Charlie is in one of the offices with Mr. Wonka, and he watches them go through the gates. So they dejuice Violet Beauregard. She's still purple. She goes home, but she's still purple.
Good.
Mike TV goes out all long and thin, where they had to stretch him because he came out fighting.
Right, because I remember the Quentin Blake pictures now.
I don't remember. Veruca Salt. I don't remember. I don't remember how she looks when she goes home. And I don't remember how.
Oh, she's really smelly because she's been in the garbage.
And isn't Augustus Gloop really thin because he's been squeezed through the pipe?
I don't know. I can't
Something
remember.
like that. But yeah, they all go home. They don't die in the factory. You've got a very dark idea of Roald Dahl.
Well, he was a very dark.
They just kept there and died. They just kept there and what, the Oompa Loompas ate them? I mean, what did you think happened at the end there?
Yeah. No, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, that they just became part of the chocolate.
Yeah. So there we go. This is gone. And then there's this. This is everything else I bought at the car boot sale.
A snozberry? Whoever heard of a snozberry? Sorry, I quite like Veruca Salt, but she's a cow.
So yeah, this is everything else I bought at the car boot sale. It's not all from one store. I bought them from all the stores, and I got
a comforter,
2,
a comforter,
3,
a comforter,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 comforters this weekend.
Apparently, I've got the problem.
I might need a comforter intervention.
But Isn't one in there like, oh, that's 30 quid? Like,
This one is £35 approximately. Yeah. This one I think is a 30 quidder, and I haven't even looked at most of the rest. But yeah, there's money. There's money there.
That is correct, but I suppose it's the like you said before, your baby loses their comforter and they cry a lot. Yeah. Like, for God's sakes, just get them a new one.
Yeah, pay anything at all. But yeah, so they're a really simple lister. You know, they take seconds to list, really quick. You know, really easy to photograph, and yeah. It's funny because I can go around our car boot and you might see one, but that car boot yesterday, they were just everywhere. Every stall I went to, I was like, there's more. And I used to stand there and go, I don't know where to get them. But, you know, when they're that cheap, you know, some of these I paid 10p for. One guy said £1 each, and then I gave him £2 for 4. So I wouldn't have paid £1 each on the ones I had in my hands. They weren't anything special, you know, but yeah.
You know that guy that you gave like him £2 for 4 after he said £1 each? So you gave him £2. Did you give him £2 and then run away going ha 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 ha?
No, Kelly negotiated that one for me, funny enough. He said £1 each, and I muttered to Auntie Sue, I'm not paying £1 each on these. And Kelly said, how many you got there? You got 4. Will you take £2 for 4? And he went, yeah.
He's so good.
Oh, she knows how to car boot, does our Kelly?
He does.
Yeah.
Yowza. I mean, I'm there going, okay. Like I'm not very good at that.
I have to eat a food product. My stomach's rumbling and pissing me off.
Oh dear. What are you gonna have? Alpen.
Jaffa Cake Alpen Light Bar.
Jaffa Cake flavour. Nice. Comforters are bread and butter. There's Josh.
When you sell them for 30 quid, Josh, they're fucking cake.
Don't mention cake.
But yeah, I have my haul.
I've only got I spent a various amount on jewelry, obviously, but I'll show that in like a different video. A jewelry box which kind of came with it all, so that's all right. A jug which either had a crack in it and I didn't notice, or I've cracked it on the way home, which is quite possible. I was kind of chinking around, but the crack is like round the handle there. But I love it, and so it's just going to be used as a vase because I like it anyway.
Yeah.
£1. And I think, yeah, other than jewelry, that's like all I bought, because it was, you know, when you're traveling, and I've obviously got to then come back to diseased Bridgend, I didn't want to have like massive piles of stuff with me. So you get very things.
What was your favourite thing from the weekend?
Well, Mum was chuffed with her Denby cups. But my favourite purchase of the weekend was my purchase off of you.
I really didn't like at all.
Which you really didn't. I bought a brooch off of Carla. Because Carla was like, I don't like it. I really don't like it. And I'm like getting proper jewelry envy. And I was like, I'll buy it off you. And I just think it's lush. Like, it's a Victorian morning one. And it it rotates. So you can have a picture on either side. And I just love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's beautiful. And Carla hates it. And that's my favourite thing. Yeah.
I came in that a lot of stuff that I bought last weekend.
I know. Oh, and the tiny bunnies, actually. I do like the tiny bunnies because now I've got an army of them. And, you know, people will think I'm strange, but I think they're strange. So, you know.
People are strange when you're a stranger.
Off, wouldn't it? See? Lovely.
Thank you, Lainey. I very rarely do go to Asda, but if I go, I'll look out for them. I used to go to Asda all the time, and then they remodeled ours and gave it a refurb, and now I just don't like it in there.
I know, you just can't find where anything is. It's like they put the spatulas next to the whiskey, and what's going on?
I don't like the way it feels in there now. I cannot verbalize what it is, but it used to feel like a nice big comfy supermarket, and I don't like the way it feels in there. I don't know what they did. Maybe they changed the lighting or something. It can be something subtle like that, can it? That they change the lighting or something and it makes you react differently to a place.
In our Asda, there's one beautiful thing, right? If you go up the escalators, there is a split second, whereas when you're looking down, all of the hanging down signs line up perfectly, and it is a beautiful moment. And sometimes I go in there just to have that of them all lining up as you go up the escalator. And other than that, it's crap. I just like it for that.
So they changed the feel of the place, and I can't really explain what they did. I don't even know what they did. I think they made the aisles slightly narrower and slightly higher. I think that was one of the things they did. They sort of changed the colour scheme. Something's echoing. Sorry, it's really annoying me. I don't know what it is. They sort of changed the colour scheme in there a bit so that there's a lot more emphasis on dark grey and white rather than, of course, the colour scheme in ours has always been green. And although it is still green, but it feels like a big grey and white warehouse with tall shelves. Doesn't feel like, I don't know. I know what I mean, in a way.
Kath, these are just like the blue kind of speckly Denby cups. They're not particularly old, and it's not the mum collects them or anything, although she did get them, and she was like, I'll put them in the cupboard. And I'm like, no, you are not saving them for best. That was the idea of getting more cups so that you can use them and stop saving them for best.
Karen's watching, but not typing in the chat. I don't know what the people in the chat have done to Karen, but she sent me a message saying that'll be the feng shui in Asda. Yeah, probably right.
Feng shui.
But why she's messaging me instead of typing in the chat, I'm not sure.
Because Karen made a promise the other day in her Saturday morning video that she wasn't going to be on any chats.
Oh, oops. So in that case, Karen, you're still here, love.
Yeah, because she's got to be getting on with stuff.
I haven't seen Karen's Saturday one because we were away and I've been editing this morning, so I can't watch stuff if I'm editing because obviously you're listening to your...
I watched it last night, so I said, caught out, Karen.
See, Elizabeth Vickers knows what I mean. It's Cribs Astor I'm talking about. She says, I'm the same about Cribs Astor. It's awful. It doesn't feel good like it used to. Oh. There you go. And that's interesting that you feel the same. They did something to the ambience, to the vibe. It feels horrible in there.
Well, that's bad then, because that will put people off their shopping then.
I wonder if anybody else feels the same. Because I was a regular Asda shopper and I just don't go there anymore. And I will actively avoid going there. You know, if I want something, I think, where else can I go? Funny, isn't it?
That's bad. Well, you should hashtag Asda Cribs in this.
Yeah, because they'll watch.
Yeah. Oh, Karen's just messaged me saying, I'm doing housework, Lex. Like, yeah, okay, Karen, but you know.
Yeah, Josh says he hates the Asda at Cribs, but that's because he doesn't like spending money. So he doesn't like anywhere where he can hear people spending money because it sort of, gets to him. Do you honestly, Josh, do you feel that way since the refurb, or have you always felt that way?
And Karen, if you're listening and pretending to do work, Stall has Trains word for you. You can rearrange them in whichever order you want. Trains wash. Stick them in the bath. Get the shower head on.
What trains? What now?
Stall sent Karen like a load of what's it called? Thomas Tank Engine trains.
Right.
And they need a wash. Now, if it was me, I wouldn't fucking bother. It's not a Sunday. It's okay. I wouldn't bother. I would just be like, I'll just list them and say they're dirty. It's not on Jesus Day. You're allowed to swear on Jesus Day. I would just list them and go, the kids' toys, they're dirty. Deal with it. But that's me. Karen probably wants to get in the corners with like a cotton bud and so that.
I'd have put them in the dishwasher personally.
Do that, yeah.
But it only works if we've got one.
Also true. Yeah. Again, I just wouldn't bother though. Just wouldn't bother.
Or in the washing machine in a couple of pillowcases. I would tie them up in a couple of pillowcases, put them in the washing machine with a couple of towels to lessen the clanking, and away you go.
Again, wouldn't bother. Seems too much effort to me. Just go, they're dirty. You wash them.
JJ Bod said, love you too. You are so funny. Thank you. We are hilarious. Excuse me, I've got itchy armpit. Oh.
She's a bear.
Dave says high pressure hose. Just coming blasting trains across the street with her hose.
I don't know if you heard that then. Mum, for like the past week or so, has just been walking around going, doomed. We're doomed.
Okay.
Again, Mother, yes, we're even more doomed today, apparently. Doomed.
I'm glad Mummy's looking on the bright side.
She walks around and she like, just, you know, we're doomed. Like, okay, Mum, okay.
Put the glass down.
Put the glass, yeah.
What are we doomed to though? Has she gone? Has she explored?
No, it's literally just doomed. Going to hell on a handcart, doomed, all of that stuff. Bloody kids and all that.
I blame the Russians.
She's blaming the Russians.
And me too. Can we pass Auntie Sue a biscuit, please? Somebody pass Auntie Sue a biscuit.
Are they saying hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Mummy Sue.
Hello.
Hello. What are you doing now?
I'm just going to slice the chicken.
She's just going to slice the chicken.
Jane Friel says, I get the feeling Asda staff are not a happy lot. I wonder if Asda is not a good employer. Now, I used to work for Asda. I wouldn't have said they were the worst employers, but you were very much a number. Yeah, you felt like you were a number. I wasn't there. I was only there about 4 or 5 months.
Don't cut them yet. They're still
but yeah, you felt like you were just a number, rather than anything else. And for example, while I was there, I was a checkout operator. There's between 40 and 50 checkouts at that particular Asda, and there were only between 7 and 8 working decent checkout operator stools. All of the rest of the stools were either not there at all, so if you didn't get to your till on time, you didn't get one, full stop, or they were broken so they wouldn't rise up, so you were actually too short, so you're trying to scan stuff through like this, or they're broken so they wouldn't go down, so you were too high, so you get a terrible backache trying to use the till, or they were ripped apart so that the metal was sticking through. Or 7 or 8 decent stools for 50 checkout operators on a shift. So it was a fight, and you would stand, if you were taking over from someone, you would stand waiting for them to finish their customer so that you could do the changeover, and and then they'd move their stool and they'd go, I'm sorry, I promised my stool to so and so when I finish. So off they go with the stool. So you'd stand. Yeah, it sounds like a tiny thing. But on an 8-hour fucking checkout shift,
yeah,
the very least you can do when you are an absolutely massive international multi-billion company is provide a chair that works.
Yeah.
I think at some point there was somebody then eventually did deal with it, and I think I don't know what the situation is now because we're talking 15 years ago, but I do seem to recall new chairs coming in after I left or something. So because I seem to remember having a conversation with somebody and going, "Oh, bloody chairs," and they went, "Oh no, we've got new ones now." But it was awful. Like I said, it's Tasty's taking the piss. It sounds minor, but if you're on a long shift and if you're, if you've got back trouble or whatever, it's It was bad. We did, and of course they ask you for in the comments box employee suggestions and comments, and all it was in there was chairs, decent checkout operator stools. Can we please have fucking chairs? That's my experience of Asda and whether they're good employers or not.
They I know Bianca said that they brought in other rules and stuff since she started working there, and it's like you don't have to sign this new contract. However, you know that like if you don't sign this new contract, you're kind of going to get screwed by them.
Yeah.
So you have to sign like new contracts and stuff saying that that she's fine to work bank holidays with no extra pay, and Sundays and nights and stuff with no extra pay and things like that. It's like because of the fear that she would lose hours, and that's not fair.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and they had a rule when I worked there that if you were, so I was a checkout operator, but if a customer asked you for help, you went and helped them. It was not kind of, it's not my job, which is fair enough. That's fine. That's decent customer service. You were either had to help that customer yourself or you had to find someone else to do it. But either way, you had to return to the customer, explain what you had achieved before you went on your way. So you would get a 20-minute lunch break. And it started the moment you clocked off of your till, and you had to be back at the end of that 20 minutes to clock back on. But if a customer stopped you as you were walking from your till to the staff area, you had to go and help that customer, irrespective of what they needed, what they wanted, or you had to find somebody else. So quite often your lunch break would end up being about 3.5 fucking minutes, because you'd had to take this customer or you'd had to go and find someone or whatever. And yeah, you couldn't. It didn't count as
Oh, see, that's not fair, is it?
That's the kind of thing that just wears away at you. You know, you just
No, I couldn't work.
Because I worked for Sears for a while, we weren't allowed to sit at the checkout. We had to beg to get a chair for the prego girl, and they weren't happy about doing it either.
Ridiculous. Yeah, I'm glad I don't like have to do shit like that anymore, and bow to the man and stuff.
Yeah, I might be skint, but at least it's my fault I'm skint, and if I want a break, I can have one. And that's part of the problem, I'm skint, because I keep wanting a break and having one.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, what time is it? Well, we've been going nearly an hour. Has anybody got anything else they want anyone to say? Yeah, Chloe says I used to work for Costa, and we were lucky to get a break most days. I have to say, I am giving you opinions on how it was when I worked there, and that was 15 years ago. They might be bloody lovely now, so.
Well, I know a few people that work for them, and no one has said that they in any way like their jobs. They like the people that are there, the people that are at the same level as them. It seems to be that once some people move up to a, say, departmental place, that there's too much of that, and then it starts to ruin their enjoyment of their job, and then that takes it out on the other staff. And there's far too many jobs worth as well, by the sounds of it.
Yeah, Costco apparently are brilliant to work for. It's very hard to get a job at Costco because people try not to leave. They're very, very good. They give you an annual bonus that increases year after year, for however long you're there. They pay a fair rate. You don't get a discount, but then it's a discount warehouse to begin with, So, yeah, apparently they're really good. Deb Hughes says, Mama Tins has just messaged me at work and said, did Carla have an owl scarf? Somewhere underneath my comfort. Somewhere under the comforter invasion, there's an owl scarf, yeah. It is ivory in colour with grey owls. I'd say ivory. I wouldn't call it white. Yes, I have an owl scarf. Seems to be in good. I'm not seeing any massive holes. Yeah, there is an owl scarf. If Mama Tins is interested, let me know. Dave says, after 10 years of service with Royal Mail, you get a badge.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, that's great.
Does it make you want to stay, Dave? When you get to like the 9 years and 6 months point, are you like, only another 6 months, I'm going to get my badge?
I've got to say, I mean, like, I've only really worked for like entertainment companies, and so I worked for FOP, and they had they were nice to work for. It was a nice, because it was a bit smaller than a big chain and a bit bigger than just 1 or 2 stores. Like, they were a nice company to work for, and their staff discount was great because you just paid cost price plus VAT, and that was it. So you'd be buying CDs, that should be a tenner, and it would be like £2.75. And so obviously all of your pay would just go on like, all of these CDs. It was great. And you're buying books for £1.27 and stuff. Loved it.
Dave says he's at 5 years and thinking of exiting. Oh, come on, Dave. Only another 5 years before you get your badge, mate.
Hang on. Apparently, Karen is vlogging and I have to say something for the vlog, please. Okay.
Wash trains.
Wash trains. Now. Good girl. There we go.
Saul says he's never had a job. Claire says, bet you wish you'd kept the brooch now. Is that to me, Claire? For the I bloody hate it. I think it's vile. Horrible thing. And I'd have to learn stuff about it before I sold it properly. I can't bother with that either.
And it's mine. It's mine.
Maria says Swinton Insurance was the worst company I've ever worked for. Funny enough, they're the worst company I've ever been insured by as well. They were the ones who cancelled my insurance and didn't tell me.
Oh, nice. Well,
Yeah. So when it got to I got to the point where I was like, I'm sure my insurance is due for renewal. And I don't know why I hadn't noticed that my direct debit hadn't been taken or something. Maybe that was it. Maybe I noticed and I rang them up and said, you haven't taken my direct debit and I've just checked and you haven't taken it last month either. What's going on? And they were like, oh yeah, no, we've cancelled your insurance because blah, 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 blah. Something they said I hadn't disclosed or something like that. I can't even remember what it was, but it was a tiny technicality thing of some kind that they said that counts as a non-disclosure of information, and so we're entitled to cancel your insurance. I will, even if I accept those things, I think you're supposed to let me fucking know.
Yeah.
I've been driving around uninsured for 2 months, you know.
Yeah, they have a legal responsibility as well. That's ridiculous.
Lainey says I worked for Index Littlewoods. They were good until they closed down. Lol. Claire says for the scarf, I'm not going to wear the scarf, Claire. It's to sell on. Heather says Reader's Digest marketing department, worst job ever. Bullied me into leaving after I was scrolled up after I had cancer treatment back in 1993. Cannot forgive ever.
That's awful. And if it was nowadays, you could probably take them to a tribunal and stuff like that, couldn't you? That's disgraceful.
Yeah, Lainey says she went to work one day and didn't have a job the next because of Index closing down. They offered me work in the Littlewood side of things, but I couldn't do the hours. I'd forgotten the Index. It was like Argos, wasn't it? Index.
I don't know.
It worked along the same lines as Argos. You went in, there was a catalogue you chose, and
I vaguely remember. I don't think we had that many. There might have been one in Cardiff. Possibly. Don't ever remember seeing one.
Shelley says if she'd known we were in Nottingham, she would have come to say hello. We didn't publicise it because of the whole rule of 6 thing. We knew that if we'd said we're going to get, it was going to really bugger up the rule of 6 and we were going to get in trouble. So that was why we just kind of like turned up and went, look, this is where we are.
I mean, even Tom turning up was a little bit of...
Yeah, even bumping into Tom and thinking, oh, that'd be nice, Tom can come for lunch with us. No, we can't. Rule of 6. So, yeah, him and Nick went for lunch. We went for lunch themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, people saying they never heard of Index. I remember it. Well,
no, never really seen it now. Dave, you are allowed in England, like to meet, Yeah,
they don't have to be your family in England, Dave, to meet with them.
Yeah.
We did check. We checked the whole how many households, blah blah blah. We made sure that we were within the the current guidelines.
I know. I broke current guidelines, but it's not a decision that I took lightly. Trust me. Okay? There's been
an opinion shared elsewhere online that Lexx has been disgusting in her actions of leaving Bridgend, and that using it as work is not an excuse, because going to the pub is not work. As a reseller, you go sourcing. If you are sourcing, you are allowed to go somewhere and eat during that day. So that argument is completely invalid. This whole you were in a pub so it doesn't count. Now I realise that using this weekend and calling it a business weekend would be a very loose interpretation of those terms. But when something has been booked for a very long time, when the rules change at the last minute, when you did spend most of that weekend actually doing work-related things,
I'm talking about
which also went in a pub within guidelines and followed all appropriate guidelines, is hardly a reason to blow somebody's brains out, in my opinion.
And also, it's not like. I will. It's not like I go out a lot.
Yeah, exactly. There's also been something along the lines of what about self-isolate. The point is, Lexx will hardly leave her house for the next fortnight, regardless.
Yeah.
You are practically self-isolating 99% of the time. So I wouldn't say that you are a massive threat.
In the 2 weeks previous to going, I'd been out twice. And both of those times, I fully, more than anyone else around, I am the only one in the mask. Trust me. Anyway, not going to go into that. It wasn't a decision that I took lightly anyway. So there we go.
I just think anyone accusing Lexx of being irresponsible is, quite frankly, a fuckwit. Pop that on your website and smoke it.
Wait a sec. Nadine just said it's not like Lexx is running over town giving out blowjobs and licking doorknobs.
Damn it, they fucking sussed you.
That's where my
that is one of her failings.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not comments on our own. No. It's not comments on our own videos or anything like that, Julie. It's not, because that would be simply dealt with. That would be very much easily dealt with. That would be bye. It's silly, really. Every time I address anything to do with this situation, I find myself going, "Why are you just feeding it? Why are you just feeding it?" But there just are, just some people should you do you, love. You just worry about your stuff and put your fucking judgmental black cap away.
Yeah. Anyways, it was a lovely weekend. It really was. It was a lovely weekend.
And the chances are that we will go nowhere now for another 6 months. That'll be it. That was it. That was the final fling, because places are going back into lockdown. We will all obey the bloody rules.
And I said to you on the way back, Alana was texting me going, like, my best mate Alana texted me going like, "Oh, so what are you doing this week?" And I was like, "Oh, I'll probably head down and work, to be honest." She's like, "Well, I'm off like Thursday. Do you want to do something?" And I'm like, "Well, we can't." And she said, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "No, Lana, like, we actually just can't now. Like, that's it." She's like, "But when am I going to see you?" I'm like, "Probably not for quite a while."
Yeah, when it all changes again, yeah.
And she's like, but like, and that's someone's mental health is suffering there.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, it's just
But mental health doesn't count because you can't.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Auntie Sue saying that she'd been in her house pretty much for 6 months, and if this weekend ended up being cancelled, she didn't know what she would do, because it was pretty much the only bright spot on the fucking horizon. Her son's wedding's been cancelled. This has been cancelled. That's been cancelled. She's like, Auntie Sue was like, "I need this. I need it." And we didn't. Like I said, we did distance as much as possible. We sat around a table together in a restaurant, but that's the restaurant's doing, and you are allowed to meet up with people in restaurants. And that's another thing, that in France, they're now closing the restaurants and bars back down again. So how long before there isn't any more of that anyway?
Anyway, it was a lovely weekend, and it was lovely to see people, and we don't know when we'll see them again. So it was the last jolly, and it was...
Oh, there's Indy. Hi, Indy.
Yeah.
She said, "I've just sat down for a break. I'm so late." You are a bit, because we're about to say goodbye.
Yeah, sorry.
Jane says, "I got a new job today just because I need to get out of the house. It's making me ill."
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like I said, it is what it is. And there are always, the thing is, we have discovered that once you put yourself in the public eye, apparently it entitles other people to see you as a target, and that's okay. If that is what for some reason makes you happy, then fucking fire away. I'm done with excusing myself. I'm done with apologizing for stuff that I didn't do and didn't intend to do and never intended any offense in the first place. I'm done. If you don't like me, I don't give a shit. Don't give a flying fuck anymore. Don't care.
Go and write about that now, you guys.
Store says, can I just say, finally, the reselling YouTubers has kept me as sane as possible these last months. We have
Same.
passed comment on the fact that if we're keeping you sane, you must have been very close to the edge of something. Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's, I have, you know, the first bit when we were all locked down and we were all not going out and it was all like, oh my God. And, you know, Italians were playing music to each other on their balconies. I don't know how I have not been lonely. And obviously part of that is the fact that I do live with Natalie, and so she's in and out, but she does work long hours. And so, and certainly at the beginning of lockdown, she worked immensely long hours because a lot of people went off on COVID related time off for various reasons. So Natalie worked pretty much solidly for about 2 months. I saw, you know, she was a ship that passed in the night. But yeah, I have not been lonely. And the reason I've not been lonely is you guys. It's you, it's the people who watch, it's the people I interact with here. It's you guys. You have kept me sane as well. Saul says it's kept all three of me sane. So yeah, yeah. I thank every single one of you for being my friends. Oh my God.
The Academy and God and
I know, I really like my speech. I'd like to thank my mother for having me in the first place. Oh dear. Lisa says, I'm a mask wearing rule follower. I wear a mask. I wear a mask wherever I'm expected to wear a mask. Everywhere that they expect me to wear one, I wear one. I've spent this weekend going mask on, mask off, mask on, mask off. I think the government needs to allow businesses to work, such as the events industry. I feel so sorry for anyone who's been stopped from working and also not given the help. That's true as well. Yeah. Chloe's got a strong point there. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it just?
Sailor Away says, I saw a sign from a pub that said no extended eye contact.
That's all we've got left.
No looking at people.
No, there was someone on the train yesterday when I was coming back, like to Bridgend, and she was like, the thing is, like, all I've got is eye contact, and I think I must be giving people really evil looks now. Like, I'm trying to smile, but you can't tell if I'm smiling, so am I just like staring at people and giving them evil looks? And it's like, yeah, you're wandering around, like I'm thinking I'm smiling at someone, but it actually just looks like I'm going, like that's not nice.
You realise that your smile's quite menacing.
Yeah, like, yeah.
I'm so pleased to see you.
It's yeah.
Yes. Write out 100 times I must not be late to the live. Fuck off, stall. Oh dear. Where are we? It's gone. It's gone. All, I've lost it all. There we go. Lainey, for example. Now, Lainey knows about not getting out. She says, I spent so much time stuck in my room and you lot made it bearable. I proper love you and we've never met. We love you too, Lainey. Yeah. And when they let us, we will come and see you when we're allowed out proper.
Gin definitely has helped. Yeah.
Yeah. Jane says, I've tried smiling with my eyebrows. It's not going very well.
Yeah, it's like even doing like now that hi, it's like weird, isn't it? You know.
Lainey is a cracker. She's a cracker.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Eliza says you've got to smile with your eyes.
No, it's just scary. Just scary.
Oh, Josh didn't go to the boot yesterday.
Yeah, so he did well. He spent nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, saved a fortune. Saved £1.23. Yeah, Josh overslept and missed his boot sale, bless him. So so that saved him a fortune. June Dickey says, due to chronic illnesses, I spend a lot of time in bed or stuck in, and have to say your videos have kept me going since March. Like I said, I don't think there's much nutritional value to what Lexx and I put out.
Oh hell no. Oh.
I don't think there's much educational value to it. I don't think you learn much from us, apart from possibly how not to behave. But hopefully we put out entertainment value. Hopefully at the end of this stream you don't go, well, that was an hour of my life I fucking wasted. Although we do.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
But yeah, it's not a public service. We're not here doing it. It's not, you know, this, we don't do, it's not like we do this for you. We do this for us. We do this because we enjoy interacting with you guys, and hopefully you enjoy interacting. And if you're watching and you don't enjoy it, then I don't know why you watch. It's a very puzzling thing that people would watch and not enjoy it.
The thing that got me was, you know, when Ricky.
Yeah, it was just as well George was there on the weekend, because I think he would have. I think he would have sat in the car and sulked. Yeah. I don't think he would have gone in.
But yeah, you know, when Ricky said the other week, "Oh, so how long have you been creating content for?" It's like,
is that what we do?
That's not what we do. Like, literally, it started because I was watching some videos. It's like, oh, they seem like nice people. And then, like, so I made a little video going, oh, this is something that I've done. And literally, like, 3 people watched it. And then the next week I did another one, and then 5 people watched it. And now, for some reason, some other people watch it. And it's like, that was never the intention, you know. It was never like, I make content and I'm an influencer. Like, no, I make a video so my friends can see what I'm doing. That's it, you know. And some of you are now my friends.
It puzzles me if I get a comment, you know, that's pointing out that I haven't added any value during this video, because I wasn't trying to. I wasn't attempting to add any value. I'm just communicating. I'm just getting together with people through the medium of a screen, you know. I'm not an educational person. I'm not here to help you run your business better. I don't run mine particularly well, so I'm blowed if I'm going to start telling you how to run yours. If I know something that I think will be helpful, then I'll tell people. Occasionally I know stuff. You know? Occasionally I know stuff, but I'm not a guru. I'm not a reselling guru. I'm not like I said, I'm not an educator. I'm not particularly knowledgeable in general. I've got that dangerous thing, you know, a smattering of knowledge in all subjects, you know, tiny bit of knowledge about a lot of things. I'm not here. Really, I'm not here to help you, but that sounds very like, fuck off. I'm not here to help. Treating it like that. Willing to help if I can, but I probably can't.
Yeah, but I'm of absolutely no use to anyone.
You're decorative, love. You're like a book on a shelf. You make great decor.
Even then, you should probably turn me around the other way.
Sue says, I remember being amazed when I got 1 subscriber, and I'm still amazed when I get one.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, Lisa says, after a while, you don't watch for the reselling stuff, you watch for the people, and that's just as well. She didn't put that, but I've added that bit on the end. Right, it's been 1 hour, 17 minutes and some seconds. There are 170 people watching. Thank you so much to the 170 of you who have spent your Sunday lunch. It's not Sunday lunchtime.
It's Sunday lunch. Sunday lunch.
I don't know what day it is.
On Sunday, Grange Hill has been on, and the EastEnders Omnibus is about to start at like 2 o'clock, and we'll watch like 7
I've forgotten Grange Hill being on at lunchtime on Sundays.
Grange Hill, and then you would turn over and EastEnders would be on, like, so you'd have time for your lunch.
Yeah.
And EastEnders, and you'd have the Sunday papers, and you could, like, you know, what EastEnders and Sunday papers. Yeah.
Bloody hell, I'd forgotten that.
We should do that today.
We should watch Grange Hill. I wonder if you can get Grange Hill on DVD. I would love.
There's bound to be some on YouTube, surely.
Yeah, but it'd probably be so grainy that you can't actually see it. You know what I mean? So, but I would love to rewatch some of the Tucker days of Grange Hill, some of the real early days.
Yeah.
Zamo, just say no.
Yeah, no, I fancy a do you know what? I was going to do some work today. I was going to do some like Etsy listings, but now I fancy a Sunday afternoon. I'm going to have some chicken. I'm going to watch a disaster movie, a 70s.
Okay, you know it is Monday, don't you?
Don't care. I'm having Sunday.
It's fine. You have a Sunday as long as tomorrow you have a Tuesday.
I'm all right with that. Roland,
yeah.
Roland.
Gripper Stebson.
Who was that?
He was the bully, Gripper Stebson.
No, I don't like him.
Oh, yeah. See, Deb says she's got a Grange Hill box set. Oh, I need a Grange Hill box set. I wonder if Tom's got one.
Probably. Tom's got everything.
Yeah.
Right.
It's now been 1 hour 19 minutes.
I'm gonna have a Sunday. Not gonna do
have some lunch. Thank you so much to the 163 people now who are still there.
Fair enough.
We love you all. Have a lovely whatever day you decide you're having today. The waffle comes out tomorrow because tomorrow is Tuesday, which means I need to go back and finish editing that. And we will see you all
in 6 days' time.
6 days' time. Weird, isn't it? Take care, everybody. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Hit the dislike button if you want. We don't really mind either way. Love you all. Bye-bye. Awkward way.
Bye now. Bye-bye.
Awkward way.
Bye-bye.